Hello, dummies. How's it going? Huh? I've been moving around, trying to use and abuse my free time. You understand? Trying to stay busy. Otherwise, I get sad. You know. Otherwise, I get depressed, and I start thinking bad thoughts. So now, we're just living that epic lifestyle, and no, I might cut all this. God damn. Been a hard week. I've had a lot of friends that helped me through it though. And that's the highlight. That's the thing that matters this week. That's the thing I'd push for you to look for. People you can rely on. There's a lot of people that you want to rely on. Those aren't the people sometimes that you can rely on. It took me a long time to identify people in my life who give a fuck and I can rely on. Thank you to those people, as they're probably watching my shit that I put out every week. Appreciate you guys. There's a lot of times in life that I've gone through times, I'd say just as difficult, if not more, than this. Where my issues have been worse, and I've had a lot less support, and it makes it hard sometimes to let people help you when you need to. So I guess what I'm saying is to be humble, although I never think of myself as, there's probably some ideas of grandeur, some ideas of self-importance that I could probably get rid of though, right? Thinking that nobody can do it as good as I can. Things like that. And that's not even truly what it is. A lot of times I can't ask for help. I have a hard time. One, because I don't think people are going to help me. Two, a lot of times I feel like people fuck with me or use stuff against me whenever they see me do something. And I'm learning to not just ask for help, but who I can accept help from, who it really makes a difference for. Things like that. So, one of my friends had come down. He was like, "Hey, man, let's hang out." So we got a hotel room. He had gotten a hotel room, and we hung out, played some Mario Party and shit. It was actually a lot of fun. And before, basically, what we were doing was looking for places to hang out and do something. So for a measly $13, I think it was 15 actually, whatever. I ended up getting into this thing that's like a Halloween convention, right? It's supposed to be like that. It's halfway to Halloween, and that we got, like, all right, come on, let's do Halloween stuff. So you go there and you see a lot of fun stuff. A lot of people let's just say they live non-traditionally, right? It's gonna be, it's similar to like a farmer's market of weird shit. Okay? So like the guys who, let's describe them as they are. Urban rednecks, right? Probably living in a house. It's a little bit wild, right? But they love it. They have their own space. You really start to understand these guys, so let's go through them a little bit. There's one guy you walk up to, and he's got a bunch of knives, right? He's got on cargo shorts, a rip-off t-shirt with no sleeves, and he has a long beard with a goatee. And we're like, all right. So you look up at the table. We're looking at knives. There's jars over to the side, and he has a little card there, and it says Mr. Dead Stuff. And when you look and when you inspect these jars, you see they have fun things in them, like snakes, like heads of a cat, mice, different fun little critters, just preserved and alcohol. And he's like, and so he comes up, just like my buddy and I are talking. I'm like, where the fuck do you think that's just a cat's head? And he just comes up right in the middle of us, like we're sitting here, like me, him, comes up right between our shoulders, and he goes, "Everything here is ethically sourced, just so you know." It's like, okay, thanks. He goes, "And some of the juice spilled out of that one, you can throw a 99% isopropyl alcohol in there. That's all that is." I was like, thanks, my guy. $100 for a cat head? I'll let my cat head guy know. God. And that guy makes money off that. He just does his thing. He lives his life with that. He takes a woman on a date, brings her to his abode, and fucks her with the money that he gets from selling the heads of cats, from selling scorpions in weird jars. He also had like cat pelts and things laid out, like skins of animals laid out that he had put out and kept immortalized in some sort of weird plastic. That was wonderful to see him. And you wonder to yourself, like, because when you see something like this, right, the guy with the knives, he's got cats' heads that have literally been ripped off their bodies and thrown into jars to be sold. And you just think, what did this guy do before? You know? And I know he's going to be like, oh, I was a fast food worker for 17 years. I just worked at a little family thing, you know, shut down years ago. But I know that he's a retired serial killer, right? Like, this guy just, like, used to do this with women, right? And now he's just selling this. What is this? What the fuck is this? What's happening here? What are we doing? Just selling cat. Imagine getting pulled over. I'd be more nervous to have 8 cat heads on me than to have a gram of meth, you know? Than to get caught doing something else. I'd rather have a trafficked human in my back seat than have to explain 6 cat heads. No. Take him out quietly in the alley while making cat sounds, so it sounds like cat on cat crime. You understand? We covered that last week in What If, you know? Can't miss episodes, guys. This is actively evolving lore. You understand? Mr. Dead Stuff will take precedent for the rest of time. The rest of time. You understand? Mr. Dead Stuff, retired serial killer. No, it was fun. It was fun. I can't imagine. I mean, if you make $300 off cat heads, you're like, bro, the turnover, the profit on this is insane, right? How much does it cost to just get a cat, like a dead cat? You know, how do you source it ethically? I should have asked. I should have been like, is there a certificate of authenticity with this cat's head? What was its name? Is there a past owner I can call just to make sure? How do I certify this, sir? You're telling me this is an ethically sourced cat? Who was its last friend? I'd like to call them. I'd like to say, hey, did this cat donate its body to science? Oh, it didn't. Well, I have some fucked up news for you, Jeffrey. I'm staring at little whiskers right now. Yeah. Fucking weird, dude. Fucking weird, dude. Okay? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? This is ethically sourced. What do you mean? It's just isopropyl alcohol. What is this? The hell? Mr. Stuff. That's fucked up. But yeah, he was a fun guy. Although not the oddest. There's another guy, shout out Kevin Strange. Fun guy, cool dude. Hilarious as well. And he had a lot of fun things going on. It was basically, he had 2 characters. I believe it was him and a personification of another friend. And they're basically running through different scenarios, beating Satan in a bong rip contest out of his, like, bong that's a butt plug in Pamela Anderson's ass that they have to smoke out of, and see who can smoke the most. Stuff like that. It's just a lot of fun. You know, you turn to a random page and there's just some witch from Halloween with fucking just getting railed. There's one picture, I don't know what it was, but I do know there were 2 assholes agape. And it's kind of Captain Underpants-esque, a little more goofy, cartoony than that, but a little more modern, let's say, than that. But yeah, fun guy. He had some people with him that were just very very passionate as they just explain these various mythological creatures that got fucked in the ass. There was one now I'm saying getting fucked in the ass. That was a comic book. There's a comic book series. There's also small mini novels, like some perverted R.L. Stine. There's one where humanity is destroyed and an insect race takes over. And the insect race then civilizes and becomes like us, has houses and things like that. And at one point, the praying mantis society, one guy puts on a mask or something that he can't take off and becomes an evil chainsaw massacre, and so he starts killing all the other praying mantises. So that one, he's a visionary, truly. Glad he's not God, right? But a visionary, fun guy, funny. A lot of good ideas. He had a lot of funny out there things. When I say R.L. Stine, I say Captain Underpants, I say stuff like that, and that might not sound endearing, but he has a true, and I think this is the poll, is the true childlike funniness of the perverseness, right? It's the same way, sometimes I'll tell people, I'll be like, homophobia is funny, and they'll be like, what the fuck? No, it's not. And first off, lying isn't fucking funny, and you're a liar, because it is, okay? When there's two dudes, right? And he's like, dude, this is the best milkshake I've ever had. And he's like, oh shit. He's like, yeah, you want a sip? He's like, a sip of your milkshake? Do I look gay to you? And the other guy's like, am I gay now? Fuck, are people gonna think I'm gay because I'm just walking around offering milkshake? Fuck. Like, you just see a guy like, fuck, god damn. Like, the childhood wonder of homophobia, that's what's funny. When somebody goes, hey bro, don't be skipping rope and moving your feet around, that's kind of gay, man. That shit kills, okay? When you start dancing, somebody's like, man, this dude takes it up the ass. Look how he be moving his feet and shit. It's like, what are you talking? That's so funny, dude. Like, when you're eating a salad and your buddy's like, hey bro, you going on a date with your boyfriend after you finish that Caesar salad? Yeah? You gonna eat that Caesar salad with your asshole? You want to sit on that fork when you're done? Fucking ow. It's just too good, right? Sorry, we derailed. Oh, you gonna eat that salad with your ass, huh? Better say no homo in between bites. Like, shit. No homo existing, that's funny, right? No homo isn't funny unless people are serious. Like, two dudes like be like, hey bro, I'm parched, man. Like, we're smoking this blunt. I need a drink, and like, fine, you can have a sip of my Fanta, but you better fucking say no homo first and after. And then I'm going to say it just to make sure it's sanitized on both ends. Like, it's beautiful. You understand? Homophobia is the single funniest thing. And I don't understand. Okay, I do a little bit. When you're gay and somebody's like, well, they worship the devil. You're like, okay, whatever. But like, if you're just like wearing pink clothes and people are like, do not speak to it. Like, that shit kills. That people hiding their eyes from a woman in a pantsuit, you know, it's a fucking A, man. Man. And obviously they're dumb, right? It's only funny because idiocy exists, right? It's funny the same way idiocracy is funny. I think, at least. One sec, I have a headphone in. If I have to listen to myself talk, if I hear any echo, you understand? I wait till 2 weeks after these come out to put together sometimes 3-4 months after to put together highlight videos so I can just rediscover this and pretend it's not me listening. Sometimes I'll get so high and doze off and I'll wake up and be like, damn, this guy talking sense and it's me. You know, which is actually kind of a cool feeling. The first time you just end up on shuffle, and you're like, oh shit, what's this? You're like, oh, I'm listening to my shit. You know. Speaking of, and we'll get right back to the strange convention. We have one more guy to go through that I really enjoyed. But speaking of, I got 460 views in total on this channel. 460 views. I would have never in my life thought. Now, obviously, I did have to upload 32 videos. right? Or yeah, 31 videos to get here. 32, yeah, including the other highlight video. But once again, this is the longest commitment I've ever had. This is the most me thing I've ever done. Everything else I've done has been to build up somebody else or another idea. This is for me. And I'm so excited about it. I'm so happy that I have this. And I'm thinking about trying to expand it in other ways. I'm thinking about making a TikTok possibly that I can upload things that might just get taken down. So I might end up just trying to do a Discord or something. But I want to have something for the dummies to meet up. For when dummies need some dummies around, they can have it. Now, there's 8 of us. You understand? But if we can, it'd be great. I'm going to start getting some stickers made, I think. I got some buddies that I think I'm going to try to get some merchandise made. So, like, not necessarily shirts. I think shirts will come eventually if they're good. But I want to have shirts that say, like, sayings that I've said. I want to have stickers that have the ski mask and the, like, are you a fucking dummy? Like, oh, man, I'd love that. I'd love that. But we got fucking 75 hours. People have listened to me talk. Some of that's me doing the highlight videos. But there's been 75 hours. People have listened to me talk. Which is phenomenal. Which is insane. And I appreciate your time. I appreciate people treating me like what I have to say is important. I have people tell me that I'm funny now. I have people tell me, like, quote some of the videos at me. I have people that say things, and sometimes I don't even recognize it. But make no mistake, that makes my life. I will remember the people that have quoted my videos at me for the rest of my life. Please don't do that a lot in public. I would hate you. But you've shown me that there are things I can do that are important. And that if I want to be good, I can be. And it's hard. Because I see other people do their best. And I know they're doing their best. And I hope one day that I don't end up somebody that somebody looked at that did their best. I want to be good. I want to be successful, and that's what I'm striving for. So hopefully these videos will keep coming. Hopefully the podcast will keep growing. Hopefully I can get some stickers made. Hopefully we can get some shit out that'll be worthwhile. That'll be something worth building towards, right? Speaking of building something worthwhile. So you go to these fests and you see a lot of guys. There's one guy that we had seen. There's people recruiting for a haunted house, right? They're like, hey, come on by to the haunted house. Blah, blah, blah. We got a few around here. And so they're like, come on by. We're going to do some stuff. We have seasonals. They even have guests that stop in. So like if you're a guest and you're like, oh, I just want to do a night, they'll let you come in, do whatever. Like it's a lot of fun. They work with people a lot. It seems like they really like scaring, which I guess that's what you have to have a passion for, right? Is to be fucked up and creepy. So the other guy we see is a guy who's selling a D&D-esque like stat block murder thing. So it's basically serial killers. You get 10 of them. You get 5 each actually. There can be 2 to however many players, and you draw a victim and you send them forward to kill people, 1 to get away. So you have like to use 3 each time. They can start getting arrested. You leave evidence tokens behind. There's one where they like introduce a cult. And the cult is trying to recruit people by giving them STDs, so they feel like they have to stay. So you have to get STD tokens to hand out to your victims. Just a lot going on, you know? And they're fun people. That's the thing. You want to fucking talk to somebody? This dude came back with a hat that had fucking, like, it looked like flesh. It wasn't real flesh, but it looked like flesh, like, glued to it, and fucking, like, a middle finger of a fucked up hand stuck to it. And just no shirt and a fucking leather like pullover. The dude fucking rocked. Okay, if any of you dummies are that cool, let me know now, please. If any of you are designing board games are wearing no shirt with a fucking vest, leather vest, let me know now so we can just get you a show. Right? That guy was crazy. He had made 1 card game. He had made 4 expansions for it. 1 expansion's almost like a standalone game. It was fucking, what a driven guy. Had Kickstarters and shit, was making all kinds of videos. Cool dude, very mechanically minded for the board game. So you meet a lot of people that are in these weird niches. There's one guy who's selling comic books, and next to him there's also Mortal Kombat that he's set up with 3 different TVs and 3 different versions of Mortal Kombat to play. So people are just versing, doing all kinds of shit, and he's just sitting there watching. I'm like, this man's got the best life. He's just like, oh, nerds and virgins who would like to play Mortal Kombat. And they're all just like, oh, I could beat your ass, homo. And so they just come over and just like start fighting and shit. It was the best, dude. I was like, that guy's a genius, dude. You know, like, I could watch people play video games, you know? So I just make my own esports league by just setting up where the nerds are at, you know? I'm like, psh, Donnie said you suck. You know? Timmy's like, what the fuck did Donnie say? I'll whoop his ass. Get on the sticks now. Rust, 1v1. Whatever. But it was very fun. Good on him, right? There's another guy that you see. And there's sometimes where you wonder how this is going on. Where you think, what's happening? How is this being supported? So this man starts talking to us. We're like, oh, what's up, dude? And he kind of has... like, he has the look of a guy that in the 2000s would have been balding with a ponytail. But he's not balding with a ponytail. He's fully bald. And he's got, like, his hands rest on his kind of gut just a little bit. It's just big enough to rest on. His legs are a little small, and they stick out. And he's like, hi. And he's got the face of the guy who played Tobias Funke, I believe. I remember the guy off Arrested Development is like the kid that's weird, that's like got autism or whatever. That's got the hot wife. Yes. That. He looked exactly like that, but bald. And so he starts explaining. He's like, well, my wife is doing some online TV show where she sails the 7 seas of the internet and talks about videos online. Kind of like Elvira a little bit, Pirates of the Caribbean-ish. I'm like, alright, that's kind of cool. Like, so yeah, we set up our garage to look like a pirate ship and shit, and I'm like, oh, that's fucking actually kind of fire. You know, like you set up a whole fucking scene for it. That's fire. I'm with that. All right, we'll get there, dummies. One day, I'll just have a compound, and I'll just have people just like, it'll just look like I've been kidnapped. Like I'll just have one guy come out like at the end. I'll be like, all right, dummies. Love you. Thanks for being here. And then he'll like lift up my head and saw off my neck, and I'll be like, yeah, I got you. You know, I'll be the guy killing him. Actually, it'll be like a movie trick. And we'll just have like a little, like there'll be like guys in the background shooting AKs. Like we'll just drop mortars every now and then behind me, and I'll be like, get down. You know, it'll be the best. It'll look like I've really been kidnapped by terrorists. It'll look just like the old days, the first few videos. You know. Anyways, so. We'd seen this guy. He starts telling us about his wife's thing that he's trying to support. She makes cups for it with her Cricut. Aww, beautiful. I love that. I love a couple that's together, we're trying to make this work. Trying to find something in this world to contribute and trying to get value off it, right? And then he starts discussing with us. He's like, well, I have a few projects of my own. Oh, do you? Wow. Let it rip, bud. I love it. He's already got some crazy shit he's saying, so he's like, so we have, and this is the Midwest, I've talked about that a few times, so like it gets like brutally cold for like 6 months of the year, some winters, sometimes it's not even cold at all for like 4 months, and that's our whole winter. It's very variant, so it's just a weird place here, right? Like, there's not a whole lot going on. You don't get stars out of this place. You get some fighters, some boxers. You get some people who are all right at rap, and a lot of sports people. We've had quite a few sports people come out in the past few years. But this man was suggesting that there were some superheroes. Started talking about his Midwestern Justice League, and I won't say what he called them because it gives away just where I'm at. But it's this. I tried to look it up online. I couldn't fucking find it either. I was pissed. I was gonna show pictures, but man, this guy's explaining. So like up to this point, I'm buying it. I'm like, sure, yeah, they probably made some pretty cool shit. And he shows us. He goes, and this, and he pulls back a curtain, and there's just like 8 action figures covered in like glitter and moss and different stuff, and he's like, and these are my action figures. I'm like, uh-huh. And he's like, so this one's kind of like Wolverine combined with the Flash. I'm like, okay. He runs fast and his bones are metal. He's like, yes. Fantastic. So it's like, and this one's Doctor Strange mixed with Venom. I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe just stop mixing things or whatever. I don't know what. I think superheroes are just too convoluted now, because they'll be like, he was given the power to do extremely specific maneuvers with his legs, and they've allowed him to be the human drill. He's the human drill, and he can eat anything. Why? What the fuck is he gonna do? What does that fucking... He kicks with his legs to go down, and he eats a lot? Or what gave him that power? What animal does that... What was he bitten by? What shocked him? What the fuck was that? You know? In the same way, he'd be like, this guy was in a swamp, and now he has swamp powers. And I'm like, what? How do you... He just like going through... He had like 8 guys. I'm like, hey, I didn't know how to break to him. No, if there was a superhero from here, he would be a villain, and he would destroy all of us. And then one superhero would rise, and he'd be like, no, everyone here is alcoholics, and your family talks shit about you. And you'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, destroy them, you know? It's fucking, what are we saving here? What are we doing? Superheroes to what? Is there a, oh, hurry, there's a John Deere tractor about to hit a middle school full of kids. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck? Hurry, a tractor's moving at 5 miles per hour towards a playground. What the fuck is happening in the Midwest? There's a tornado, and it's about to stop at a river. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? We don't even have good terrorists. We don't. We have the fucking Kyle guy. The Kyle guy wearing American flag Crocs with an assault rifle. Those are our best terrorists even. Okay? You want something out of us? You need to find metal workers and plumbers. You understand? Because that's what we came here to do. Is metal work and plumb. That's it. Swear to fuck. Everyone else, construction worker. They're just working with them. Nothing here. There ain't a goddamn thing. A whole lot of fentanyl. I'll tell you what. You got Narcan, man? Hey, I'll tell you what the Midwest needs. You find a man who's got fingers of all shots, and they just give you Narcan. The other hand is an EpiPen for all of the pussies allergic to fucking peanuts. Okay? Sorry, I don't mean to call kids pussies that are allergic to peanuts. I know it's a trendy thing. Okay? How does this happen? I'm just frustrated. Okay? So yeah, EpiPen Narcan man is on the way to save the Midwest. Okay? In fact, actually, Narcan man just stabbed 5 people ODing and got so high that he himself had to be hospitalized. So you've killed Narcan man within the first 30 minutes. Thanks. Right? What are we doing here? Okay? Fucking show me Narcan man. This guy's from a swamp. Show me Narcan man now. My friends are dead. Fucking A. Alright, fucking... I know what'll save the Midwest. This is a speech therapist for everyone with autism. It's like, okay, I don't think you're focusing on anyone else's problems here, bud. Okay? It seems like you're just kind of just spanking your own ass here. Okay? I am good with the sayings. Spanking your own ass? Excuse me, sir? Sir, we don't need you in here spanking your own ass. Get away from me. Don't touch my ass. No, you can't. It's a figure of speech, sir. Good God, you sick fuck. I will never be able to... If I was the first of a human... If I was the only human that got sent to aliens and they're like, can you explain to us what you're doing? I'd be like, blow them up. If you guys find out how I am, you're gonna want to blow them up. You don't want me. I can't communicate. I'm gonna say something dumb. I'm gonna make some jokes to the aliens, and the aliens are like, That will get you killed. Do not do that again. Ah, my bad. All right, no humor. Humor is outlawed. Humor is actually their heroin. That'd be it. I would go there, I'd make a joke, and their leader would overdose on a joke and die, right? And they'd be like, oh my god, that joke was so bad and so unclean, it murdered him. We can only have the purest of jokes or our brains explode. Yeah. I am on some tangents. Midwestern superhero guy really got me thinking, if I'm honest. What are we leaking Roe v. Wade for? Like, I don't understand, right? The government is pushing aliens in our face, and people are just leaking Roe v. Wade. I don't. And that's if it's not some weird thing that the government did, right? Where the government's like, we need people to be talking about abortion, not watch us fucking take all the kids. I don't know. Maybe they're running low on kids. Maybe that's it. The government's low on kids. Pedophile is high. The supply and demand, you understand? So what they're saying is we need more kids, all right? Just have one more generation of kids. That's all I need, all right? Just one more generation. That's it. And we're good, right? Listen, if I don't have a baby, how can I get adrenochrome? Okay? And I'm a guy, so how can I have a baby? And that's why I'm forcing you to be pregnant. So, yes, I know, but adrenochrome, ma'am, it'll add 6 months onto my life. You're having the baby. Okay? But also, you see some fun stuff too. The conversation that's sparked up around it, right? The conversations, people are like, well, there's men out there that just want to remove it. And it's like, yeah, there's some people who are religious fanatics, right? Like, I went to churches where they're like, they didn't think women should be slaves. They thought women should vote, but they thought women should vote with their husband, right? They thought women should have jobs if their husband wanted them to have jobs. They thought that women can make decisions if their husbands like those decisions. Things like that. Those are religious people. Like, that's just what they believe. It's just kind of like their Sharia law, right? They believe that. That's just what it is. I had my stepfather sit me down once, and I was like, Mom, you need to defend me. And she was like, I'm doing what I can. And my stepdad's like, I make the decisions here. I'm the man. And I'm like, you guys are both idiots if this is who's making the decisions. But that's neither here nor there. That was a long time ago. But I don't think that thought was extinguished through that interaction. Maybe it was later. That said, though, most people you see, most churches you see, not like that. Most of them don't care if women vote. Most of them want women to vote. Most of them want it pushed that far. That said, they might if they thought they could. But I don't know. I don't think they'd fight against voting like they would abortion, sincerely. I could be wrong, though. Maybe it's just whatever's in that slot. They're just fighting against it to push it away. But I don't think there's a bunch of men that are all together. It's kind of like the homosexual agenda, you know? Where, like, yes, there are people that are like, yes, children should probably be exposed to gay characters. There's people that are like, yes, we should normalize people being gay. But that's not necessarily the gay agenda, right? That's just how people are going to want to be viewed. It's just a natural consequence of somebody doing something, right? A gay man makes a play and it includes a one gay character and everyone freaks out. And he's like, bitch, the world is gay through these eyes. You lucky we didn't get 30 gay characters, you know? Like, he's like, one gay character? Jesus Christ, I put all these motherfuckers in for y'all, you know? In the same way that, like, if there are certain people like that, for sure, but even a man being in something isn't a guarantee that he's going to be pushing anti-abortion propaganda. I want to be careful, though, because I have seen it be pushed. I have seen it happen. I have seen people. I put up flags for abortions. I was like, every day, this many babies are aborted. And I put up blue and pink flags so people could see how many babies are aborted. And people would come in the night and then, like, rip up the flags. But there's also, like I said, not groups of men like ISIS in any sense. Like, men are, in America especially, too stupid to organize like that. There's not groups of men like that are wanting these things taken from you. Like, there was one post that was like, it was on 4chan or some shit, and it was like, first we take away Roe v. Wade, then we take away their right to vote, then we vote in somebody who takes away the amendment that makes women people, then we make women have babies for us, and then we tie them up to generators like the Matrix, and we live and sip little martinis on the beach while women have babies and become batteries. Okay, so the part about that is that if a guy did think that, if a guy did plan that, he would not tell you. If there is a guy who is thinking that with that much power, he would just do it. He's not. So then you get the people come back, the replies of, will somebody tell this man that he's going to be killed in his sleep by the person who brings him his breakfast? Will somebody tell this man that he will be destroyed by a waitress? The waitress will drop something in his drink? Can somebody tell this man that the cleaners will make mustard gas and kill him? Will somebody tell this man that the person who cooks his food will probably poison him because they're all women? It's like, well, I don't. Probably more women than just the people attending to him daily, I'd imagine, right? But okay, yeah. I'll tell you the greatest reply to a guy going, let's take away women's right to be people, is you going, we've organized and we will kill you. Like, what the fuck? If he thinks you're ISIS before, and everyone's like, they're not ISIS, and he's like, you'll see. And you go, the women have organized and we will see you in your chambers. He's like, I literally told you, like, you're not helping anyone. You're just stepping up to the plate. He's playing a game, right? As long as he's throwing the ball by himself, he looks fucking dumb. People are like, who's he throwing the ball to? If you step up to fucking bat, welcome to the big leagues. You understand? I can't swing a bat. I suck at baseball. They moved me up one time. I was in baseball. My father would watch every game, and I wanted him to love me, right? And so he would watch every game, and I would never hit the ball. Never. One game, I hit the ball twice. They put me into the third, 1 through 9, right? Is how many people are batting, I believe, or 11 or some shit. They put me third in the lineup, okay? I didn't hit a single ball. They put me at 9th or never again out, right? Terrible. I hated that feeling. But when you step up to the plate, you're playing the game. You look just as stupid as they do. And sometimes you look even dumber when they get one by you, right? There's a certain type of person, right? And it's the same type of person. So on Reddit, I found this new subreddit. It's called Wholesome Violence. Isn't that fun? One of the top videos I saw was a person in Brazil wearing a Nike hoodie, pulls the straps on his Nike hoodie down, pulls out a gun and tells a lady, give me all the money. A man next to him pulls the gun out and puts 3 in that man's head. Yay! Wholesome violence. No, he put 3 holes in that guy's head. Yeah, so he can't be around that evil guy can't be around his sister, his mother, or his son ever again. Yay! Wholesome violence. Yay! Look, here's Brazil, and here's 2 men that are too poor to eat. One man has finally had enough, and he's going to approach the other man and take something from him. That other man's going to mow him down in the streets and say, thank God that I killed my enemy, while the people upstairs fuck his ass. Fuck your ass. Thank God that other gang member was there. The Brazilian police, the least corrupt organization on the planet, thank God they were there to save the day. Yay! They finally killed that evil 19-year-old that had never left his hometown. You stupid bitch. What are we talking? Wholesome violence. Yay! It's the same fucking thing as justified rape. Okay? So a rape happens, right? A rape happens, right? And there's a few things going on, right? Almost always, not 100% of the time, but these are usually cycles of abuse being perpetuated, correct? There's usually broken people who have sometimes even been raped themselves that are now subjecting other people to this same thing, right? What are they, what happens now? They've done the worst thing. Are they subject to that? Should we I mean, should he be raped by somebody? Should he be killed even? The thing is that in order to stop this, is that at some point you have to stop the cycle, right? You have to get that person who had this problem help before they turn into something else, right? These problems perpetuate, okay? There's no such thing as justified rape, okay? There's no such thing as justified murder, wholesome violence. If you step up to fucking bat, you're in the game. If you want violence, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it happens when it's justified or not. And the reason I'm saying this is because at one point you will find a time that somebody is justified fucking your shit up. Beyond belief, beyond a comprehension. You couldn't picture your face the way that it should look in that one instance, right? There's been plenty of times I've thought people were going to kill me. I should have been fucked up, but I wasn't, okay? But you get into that game when you go, well, this is good violence. Oh, well, he's a rapist. We can, oh, well, they're a murderer. We can. You have to stop, or you're just that. The same way that rape is where you go, how could anyone rape? The same way that you see somebody murdered and you go, kill them. That's how. Exactly that. It's dumb. It's fucking dumb. You're not better than anyone. People trying to have a moral high ground in violence? Bitch, watch a fucking gore video. Bitch, I saw a fucking newscaster's head get fucking cut off at a party when I was 15, bitch. You think, oh, show me some wholesome violence. Buck up, pussy. Figure it out. Oh, they needed to deserve to die to get your fucking head right? Oh, you're going to be thinking about, shut up. You want to feel good about violence, you idiot? What the fuck are you? Are you a barbarian? Or is that what you're doing? Are you a Viking about to go into battle? No, you're a fucking telemarketer. You're about to go into a fucking office. And you want to see some fucking wholesome violence because people have fucked you every goddamn day. At least I can admit that. At least I don't have to go, no. This video's not wholesome. We can't have this here. What the fuck are you talking about? Fucking kids dying on the fucking stupid. Dumb. I'll tell you what. That's the goofy camp. Those are goofy. Stay away from the goofies. The people who go, oh, I don't want to watch. That's in poor taste. Shut up. It's the same thing. The same thing people go, well, that joke's not very nice. Fucking, I don't know. What do you want from me? Make one back then. What the fuck? It's a joke. But I'll tell you what. Let's step up to the violence plate. Let's see what's in here. Oh, but it's okay. We're making it in good. It's in good humor, guys. It's all, these people all deserved it. Who do you know that deserved it? I couldn't. Yeah, that's an emotion that happens. It's a thing that happens in life. You're like, what's the justification? Why aren't they being punished for something? It's life. It's all unfair. What do you mean? But no, let's go dox somebody. Whatever. This might get cut. This is a little wild, if I'm honest, but wholesome violence, goofies, stay away. All right? There's other fun ones too. Other fun ones where it's in the same vein where you have a video that's like, yo, time for an epic story. So like this is one of my Snapchat ones, right? So you see a Snapchat thing, and so this one's What's Up, Tony? It's a Fuck Jerry clone, and it's basically this guy's like, hey guys, isn't this story sad? This kid is 600 pounds and he's 14. He lives with his mother and he can barely move or bathe. And there's videos of him getting a sponge bath. And you're like, oh, Jesus Christ. What are we doing here? This is memes. I thought these were memes. What's happening here? And they're like, and his mother had to do everything for him. One day, his mother came home and beat on his door, but she couldn't get it open. She called out to him until she broke down the door and found out that he had killed himself with pills. Do you guys think this guy's death was preventable? Hey, you made it to the end, so you might as well subscribe. That's what they say. I'm like, what the fuck are you? Do you think this man's death was preventable? Like, from a young age, he was bullied and only had food, and killed himself with pills on the bed which he laid for months straight. Was his death preventable? Hey, good to see you kids. Alrighty, you better subscribe me. I'm gonna see you next week. Hey, what's up, Tony out? It's like, what the fuck was that? What? Just people just don't even, people can't even tell what's feel good news anymore, right? People are like, well, this is feel good. That feels good, right? Oh, hey, look at 30 kindergartners were jailed because they couldn't pay for their lunch, and one of their friends went out and sold lemonade for a whole summer, missed a whole summer of his 8th grade so that he could get them out. And now those kids are out playing again on bond. They're still lunch thieves. Well, how are you supposed to graduate the 8th grade? You're $30 in debt. Good God, who's going to pay $30? To jail with them. It's just fucking. People don't even know what feel good news is. Like it's so weird. You'll look at a video and people. What was an anonymous? Oh yeah. An anonymous donor paid for this child's father to get bonded out of jail just in time for him to see the birth of his new son. Isn't that nice? He'll be going back for 30 years after that, and his son will be an adult. But for now, look at this touching moment. That's what it was. Yeah, it was a lady in court. The judge says, "Sir, can I talk to you?" The lady and the guy were in trouble for some like robbery or something, and she's like, "This is your son. I understand you haven't seen him." So then she hands him to the guy in the jail suit, and they're in the courtroom, and he's holding it and he's crying, and he's like, "All right, thank you, Your Honor." And she goes, "Thank you for letting me be a part of that moment. Thank you for letting me be a part of that moment." Where the fuck was he supposed to go? You got to dictate when this guy met his son. I'm sure that kid'll be great. I'm sure doing good. I'm sure they're great. I'm sure they're fine. He'll meet his father again when he's 5. Alright? He's only serving 4 years. How important could 4 years be? Hey, I'll tell you what, honestly though, as fatherhood goes, come out, got one kid that's 3, one kid that's 5. You're like, shit. Now we're on the fun parts. You guys want to see monster trucks? You know, it's like you guys want to make a Doritos pizza. That's the other part too. Fucking everyone's coming out with this stuff. They're like, "Hey, Bunky," like what's he always say? "Hey, Bunky, let's make one of them." What they call the shits? They always, "Let's make a doo-wop cake," and then at the end they're always like, "Bussin'." That's what always happens, right? So that's so if there's a jail food kind of talk, it's gonna start with, "Hey, Bunky," and then they make something and then they're like, "Bussin'" every time. They always make something incredibly unhealthy with as many dyes in it that, like, of course it's going to kill you, right? It's so full of sodium, so full of salt. It's mostly salt, right? that they're consuming, and they'll be like, all right, we made a pizza out of Doritos. You sprinkle honey on those and milk. You cook it in the microwave until it's a nice dough, and then you put red Kool-Aid with one smashed tomato on it to give it that nice flavor and color, and then you sprinkle the half cup of cheese that they let you eat once a week. And now you have a pizza, and it's like falling apart and it looks insane. It's like, no, absolutely not. Fucking Young Thug went to prison. He's like, he's probably like saying it in auto-tune too. He's like, I can't eat this shit, man. This shit's fucked up. He's probably like singing in auto-tune out the door. It's like he's slapping on the shit. But sincerely though, he probably can't. Motherfucker been eating filet mignon, fucking carbonara, whatever the fuck that is. Like doing crazy shit for his whole life, eating shit covered in like some weird bechamel or some shit, you know? Like eating some genuine food. He like eating shit called French words, you know? And now he's in jail, and like, oh yeah, this is a strawberry shortcake. You sprinkle your Kool-Aid packet in the water, and you pour it on the biscuit. And he's like, you fucking what? Like, what was the thing? It was fucking, the beans in that bitch, bro, don't even have skin. Where did the skin go, bro? Why are they just mashed up? Like, they're in a blender, but they still have bean. Like, some of these are mashed, but some of them still have the bean shape, and none of them have skin? Isn't that, like, the good part of the bean for you? What the fuck? Just fucking, terrible fucking food, bro. I know that man's fucking ordering $1,000 meals and shit. He's pissy. He's like, they're like, all right, you have $1,000 in jail. The most bougie shit you can get anyways is a bag of Funyuns. Isn't that fucked up? You got $1,000 in jail. Motherfuckers get you Funyuns at most. You gotta fucking bribe a guard to bring in fucking Burger King under his nuts. What the fuck is that? Wanna eat Nut King? You know? Fucked up. Good luck on him. I know he's in trouble for a lot of shit, and like, I guess maybe he probably deserves it if he's killing motherfuckers, but you know, you hate to see once again, what's justified, right? This man had all these things done to him. He steps up in the game. He hit the ball, right? Good luck to him, though. I would not want to be in that situation. That cell is hell, and I do not. Fuck no. Fuck no. The things you think in there aren't right. The things you do without having sunlight aren't right. They know that. They're depriving good things from you, and it puts you in a bad place. And shit ain't right. Shit ain't right. They do that to people too, try to make them like snitch and stuff. But like, you shouldn't be able to torture people. You shouldn't have degrees that you can treat people in order to make them talk. That seems torturous, right? Seems like torture. If you're making shit harder on somebody who's not giving you the information you want, just fucking stupid, just dumb. But it's allowed. It's legal. You can go work for 17 cents somewhere so you can eventually afford a fucking bag of Doritos. Speaking of, and I kind of talked a little bit about like where I'm from, how like why would we have superheroes? There's nobody to save besides the people ODing, or I mean maybe if we have Stop Beating Your Wife man, and he could just befriend cops, and probably just take it from there. My one buddy's favorite joke is, did you know 60% of cops actually like act in civil? They like volunteer. 60% of cops volunteer in the daily community around them. I was like, really? He's like, no, that's a percent of women them that beat their wives. Oh, okay. And the other 40% are women? I don't. There's that. No, I'm just kidding. Even the women beat their men, you understand. So you see a woman cop and you think that she's going to hit you. You think, I would hate to have a conflict with her. So, speaking of not knowing good or bad and things, we talked a little bit that we're in the Midwest here. And so there's people now on Facebook and things that are just like, we should get a bison bridge. Huh? Motherfucking a bison bridge? For bison? We don't have bison. What the fuck? Why would we bring bison here to make a bridge? And they just sit on a bridge. They don't go nowhere. They do nothing. We just feed them, right? Here's the other part too. In the Midwest, all of the bridges freeze over first. That's the coldest fucking place. We don't just put these hairy fucks out there. They just sit. I don't know how bison work. They just sit in snow. Probably got to haul their ass away for half the year. Fucking put them in a warm place. Just fucking people go over the bison bridge. Just dead bison sitting there, fucking froze to death, just chilling, fucking decaying bison. For what? What are we doing? Why have the bison bridge? They just sit in an area in a cage, and then you're just expected to walk around. It smells like shit. Bison smell like shit. I don't want them near me. If somebody killed a bison, I don't know if I could eat it. Seeing it, aye. They look wild, bro. That's the type of animal that don't bathe, you know? Like a pig with hair. It's a worse zoo with one animal. We could literally do anything else. Anything else. Why not? Why not just do anything else, right? Yada yada yada, something, Johnny Depp, Amber Heard. Seems like 30% of people are for Heard, 70% of people are for Johnny Depp. I don't know if we should allow the judiciary process to be turned into a carnival and a circus where people pay money to see. I'm not sure how good that is. I'm not sure what the consequences of that are yet, but that can't be good. Baby food is hard to come by. Babies don't have food. And there's scalpers and just people voting against subsidizing that, so that's fun. But Amber Heard is a bitch. But Amber Heard it's a bitch. It's like, why don't you go just talk to your one ex? Just get a little closure so you don't have to follow Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Jesus Christ. People are like, we love you, Johnny. We're here to support you, Johnny. And it's like, your sister's getting married today. Go somewhere. Build something. Do a damn. What are you You made a sign for Johnny Depp? And you didn't buy your fucking nephew a birthday gift? Your fucking mother hasn't seen you and you're fucking at Johnny Depp with a cardboard sign? What are we doing? What are we doing here? I don't understand. What is the point? Johnny Depp doesn't give a shit about you. He's too busy fucking the Mexican lawyer. Which, hey, go to him. But what the hell are we doing here? You know? People are like, well, Amber Heard's the devil. Like, no, I think she's stupid. I think she's dumb. I think she's always been dumb. I think she's rash, dumb, predictable, and she fell into a lot of issues. And I think Johnny probably worked around her as much as he could. And by the 15-month end, they were like, oh, yeah, this isn't working. I think she probably, oh, yeah, I don't have any more power here, right? The time she's finally willing to leave is when he's like, I'm never going to look at you again. Motherfucker cast a Disney-ass spell on him. Motherfucker cast a fairy godmother-ass never look me in the eyes type shit. And then she finally left. That's what it fucking took. And people are like, let's go watch the trial. And like, it's like, why, dude? Why are they're shoving this down people's fucking throats? They got fucking people, they got motherfucking clip editors like it's on Twitch. What is this? What is this? God damn. And the problem is too, I get it, but if she filed for divorce, right? I don't buy that Johnny Depp did nothing bad in the 15 months. That doesn't make him a bad guy, but his lawyers are too damn good, and her lawyers are so piss poor that'll never be shown. I think that's the other part of this too, is that Johnny Depp's coming out on top because the people who are telling the story are incompetent on Amber's side. And the public is too dumb to think about that. But Johnny Depp's also a little American favorite. A lot of people like him a lot more than Amber Heard. A lot of people have always liked him a lot more than Amber Heard. So, yeah, whatever. I've said my piece on it, boys. America has peaked, and that was years ago. So guess what this is? I'll see you at the bottom. If there is, can you imagine? Let's all do a little ad lib. What do you think if there? Let's do this. Let's play a game in the comments. If you were gonna write an article, a hit piece describing me, how would you do it? You know, how would you do it? If you were like this, yeah, I can't even think of it. Yeah, I'll tell you what, guys. Yeah, make a hit piece about me in the comments. Frame me in the worst way possible. If you were an investigative journalist that wanted me to have mob at my door, what would you say? I'm sure I won't regret this. So, you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for fucking being here, dummies. Thank you. I love you guys. Man, you guys have given me a lot just by watching. Thank you.